Sun Wukong, also known as the Monkey King, is the absolute rock star of Journey to the West. Born from a stone and armed with supernatural powers, he's the ultimate trickster, warrior, and rebel. Sun Wukong starts as a full-blown havoc wreaker, defying the Jade Emperor and causing chaos in heaven. But after getting a dose of humility and a magic headband, he becomes the first disciple of Tang SANZANG, helping to protect the monk on the journey to retrieve the Buddhist scriptures. Wukong is cocky, mischievous, and fiercely independent, but also loyal and determined. His immense strength and magical abilities make him nearly invincible, and he's got a major case of overconfidence. But underneath that, he's got a strong sense of justice and deep loyalty to his master. From battling 100,000 celestial soldiers to becoming great sage equal to heaven, Sun Wukong's resume is packed. His most iconic feat? Single-handedly defeating hordes of demons and deities. But perhaps his greatest accomplishment is evolving from a rebellious rogue to a true protector, showing that even the wildest spirit can find purpose. Wukong's strengths are his unmatched combat skills, shapeshifting, and immortality, but his arrogance and short temper often get him and the group into trouble. Still, his quick thinking and adaptability usually save the day. Tang SANZANG is the monk tasked with retrieving sacred scriptures from India, a mission straight from the TATHAGATA Buddha himself. Unlike his disciples, Tang SANZANG doesn't have superpowers or combat skills. Instead, he's got something just as powerful, a pure heart and unwavering faith. He's the glue holding the team together, even when Sun Wukong's antics push him to the brink. Tang SANZANG is the epitome of patience, compassion, and righteousness. He's a walking beacon of Buddhist virtue, always striving to see the good in others, sometimes to a fault. His compassionate nature often puts him in danger, but it's also what makes him a revered figure. SANZANG's journey is fraught with peril, but his devotion never wavers. His greatest achievement is guiding his disciples on the path of righteousness, especially Sun Wukong, who learns humility and loyalty under his tutelage. Despite being a constant target for demons, Tang SANZANG's unwavering faith and wisdom ensure the journey's success. SANZANG's strength lies in his spiritual purity and wisdom, but his trusting nature can be a double-edged sword. His tendency to forgive even the most treacherous foes puts him in dangerous situations, relying heavily on his disciples to save him. BAJIE, or PIGSY, is the comic relief we didn't know we needed. Once a heavenly marshal, he's now stuck in the form of a pig-like demon due to his less-than-holy behavior. PIGSY is gluttonous, lazy, and lecherous. But underneath all that, he's a loyal companion to Tang SANZANG and the gang. His journey is one of redemption, proving that even the most flawed can find their way. BAJIE is the embodiment of earthly desires, food, sleep, and, well, other pleasures. He's greedy, always looking for shortcuts and not the bravest of the bunch, but his loyalty to Tang SANZANG and his comrades keeps him going, even if he grumbles the whole way. While he's often getting into trouble or trying to sneak out of work, PIGSY has his moments of heroism. He fights bravely when the chips are down, showing that beneath his layers of vice is a heart of gold. His biggest contribution? Balancing out Sun Wukong's intensity with his own brand of down-to-earth pragmatism. PIGSY's strength is, quite literally, his physical strength. He's a powerhouse when it comes to brute force. His weaknesses are his laziness, greed, and occasional cowardice, but when it really matters, he steps up to protect his master and comrades. WUJING, or Sandy, is the quiet, serious type. Formerly a celestial general, he was banished to Earth as a river-dwelling demon. Sandy may not be as flashy as Wukong or as comical as PIGSY, but he's the reliable backbone of the group. His journey is one of quiet redemption, seeking to atone for his past mistakes by serving Tang SANZANG with unwavering loyalty. WUJING is calm, disciplined, and deeply introspective. He's the steady hand in the often chaotic journey, providing balance and support. While not prone to boasting or brawling, Sandy is a formidable warrior when the situation demands it. Though often in the background, Sandy plays a crucial role in the journey's success. His most notable act is his unwavering support for Tang SANZANG and his fellow disciples, often acting as the peacemaker in the group. His combat skills are also nothing to scoff at, as he proves time and again in battle. Sandy's greatest strength is his dependability. He's the guy you want in your corner when things go south. His weakness is his tendency to downplay his own importance, often overshadowed by his more flamboyant companions. The White Dragon Horse, originally the third son of the Dragon King of the West Sea, undergoes a transformation to aid Tang SANZANG on his journey. After a misstep that nearly cost him his life, he redeems himself by becoming the monk's steed, carrying him all the way to India. As a dragon-turned-horse, this character is noble, loyal, and determined to atone for past mistakes. Though he doesn't speak much, his actions show a deep commitment to his role in the journey, proving that even the proudest beings can find redemption in humility. The White Dragon Horse's most significant contribution is, of course, transporting Tang SANZANG across treacherous lands. But he also proves his worth in moments of crisis, occasionally revealing his true form to aid in battles. His strength lies in his loyalty and the quiet power of his true dragon form. His weakness? Perhaps it's the humility he's had to learn after losing his original status, something he accepts with grace and determination. The TATHAGATA Buddha is the top boss in the Buddhist pantheon, the one who calls the shots. He's the reason Tang SANZANG and his disciples are even on this wild road trip in the first place, assigning them the task of retrieving the sacred scriptures to bring enlightenment to China. As you'd expect from the highest authority, TATHAGATA is wise, compassionate, and impossibly calm. He's the embodiment of ultimate wisdom and peace, always seeing the bigger picture, even when Sun Wukong's causing mayhem. TATHAGATA's most famous act is subduing the unruly Sun Wukong, trapping him under a mountain until he learns some humility. Beyond that, he's the guiding force behind the entire journey, offering occasional divine intervention when things get too hairy. His strength is, well, being the ultimate divine figure. There aren't really any weaknesses to speak of, unless you count his tendency to let others figure things out on their own, which can sometimes lead to trouble. AVALOKITEŞVARA, or GUANYIN, is the compassionate deity who's basically the team's guardian angel. From assembling the disciples to offering guidance and protection, GUANYIN is the one constantly pulling strings behind the scenes to ensure the journey stays on track. GUANYIN is the embodiment of compassion and mercy, always ready to step in when things go south. She's wise, patient, and has a deep understanding of the human and demon condition, making her a crucial ally for Tang SANZANG and his disciples. GUANYIN's fingerprints are all over this journey. She's the one who recruits Sun Wukong, BAJIE, and WUJING, and even provides Tang SANZANG with the magic headband to keep Wukong in line. Her timely interventions save the group from disaster more than once. Her strength is her boundless compassion and strategic mind. There aren't many weaknesses here. GUANYIN is practically flawless in her role as the protector and guide. The Jade Emperor is the ruler of heaven, the top dog in the celestial hierarchy. He's the one who deals with the messes caused by rebellious spirits, like Sun Wukong, balancing his duty as a leader with the need to maintain cosmic order. The Jade Emperor is wise, just and a bit stern, but he's not without mercy. His primary concern is keeping the peace in the celestial realm, which isn't easy when you've got someone like Wukong running around. One of his most notable acts is organizing the celestial army to subdue Sun Wukong when the Monkey King goes on his rampage. He's also the one who eventually agrees to let Wukong join Tang SANZANG on the journey, hoping it'll keep the troublemaker occupied. The Jade Emperor's strength lies in his authority and wisdom. However, his weakness might be his initial underestimation of Sun Wukong's rebellious spirit, which leads to some serious heavenly chaos before things get under control. BAIGUJING, or the White-Bone Demon, is a powerful demoness with a knack for deception. Her goal? To turn Tang SANZANG against Sun Wukong and feast on the monk's flesh to gain immortality. She's one of the more cunning antagonists, using trickery and manipulation rather than brute force. She's sly, cunning, and ruthless, with no qualms about using her beauty and charm to get what she wants. BAIGUJING is the type who prefers to let others do the fighting while she pulls the strings from the shadows. BAIGUJING's most infamous act is her 3 attempts to deceive Tang SANZANG by taking on the forms of different innocent figures, each time getting brutally thwarted by Sun Wukong. Her cunning almost causes a rift between the monk and his protector, showing just how dangerous she really is. Her strength lies in her ability to deceive and manipulate, making her a formidable opponent. However, her overconfidence and underestimation of Sun Wukong's loyalty to Tang SANZANG ultimately lead to her demise. The Bull Demon King is one of the most powerful demons in Journey to the West and a former ally of Sun Wukong. But their friendship goes sour, turning him into one of Wukong's fiercest enemies. As a demon king, he commands great strength and respect among other demons. He's strong, proud, and ambitious, with a fiery temper to match. The Bull Demon King is a leader through and through, but his pride and stubbornness often cloud his judgment, especially when it comes to dealing with his old friend, Sun Wukong. His biggest moment comes when he refuses to lend Sun Wukong the magical banana leaf fan, leading to an epic battle between the 2 former brothers-in-arms. Despite his power, the Bull Demon King is ultimately outwitted by Wukong, showing that brains often beat brawn. The Bull Demon King's strength is his immense power and leadership, but his pride and inability to forgive past grievances make him vulnerable, particularly when facing someone as crafty as Sun Wukong. Red Boy is the fiery offspring of the Bull Demon King and Princess Iron Fan. With a personality as hot as his fire-based abilities, Red Boy is a young demon with serious power, making him one of the more dangerous foes the group encounters. Red Boy is brash, arrogant, and a bit spoiled, but also fiercely determined to prove himself as a powerful demon. His fiery temper and youthful impatience make him a force to be reckoned with, though his inexperience often leads him into trouble. His most significant act is capturing Tang SANZANG and attempting to roast him alive. Sun Wukong tries to rescue his master, but Red Boy's fire-based powers are a serious challenge, forcing Wukong to call in some divine help. In the end, Red Boy is subdued and taken under the guidance of GUANYIN, showing that even the most rebellious spirits can be reformed. Red Boy's strength is his mastery of fire, which makes him a formidable opponent. However, his youth and arrogance are his weaknesses, leading him to underestimate the combined forces of Sun Wukong and GUANYIN. The Golden and Silver-Horned Kings are a pair of demon brothers who specialize in capturing and tormenting travelers, like Tang SANZANG and his disciples. With magical weapons and a solid sibling partnership, they pose a significant threat to the journey's success. These two are cunning, resourceful, and highly coordinated. They have a good dynamic as brothers, often working together to outmaneuver their enemies. However, they're also a bit overconfident, believing their combined might is enough to handle even the likes of Sun Wukong. Their most notable act is capturing Tang SANZANG and using their magical gourd and vase to try to trap Sun Wukong. But in classic Wukong fashion, the Monkey King outsmarts them by pretending to be captured and turning their own tricks against them, ultimately leading to their defeat. Their strength lies in their magical artifacts and their ability to work together effectively. However, their reliance on these tools and their underestimation of Sun Wukong's intelligence are their downfall, leading to their eventual capture. The Yellow Robe Demon is a powerful being with connections to the celestial realm who's decided that capturing Tang SANZANG is his ticket to greatness. With a complex backstory and significant powers, he's one of the more formidable antagonists the group faces. He's ambitious, cunning, and a bit arrogant, relying on his celestial connections to get ahead. The Yellow Robe Demon is one of those villains who believes that power justifies everything, making him a dangerous adversary. His most notable act is capturing Tang SANZANG and trying to force the monk to marry his demonic daughter. It's a bizarre and twisted plan that puts the entire journey in jeopardy. Of course, Sun Wukong isn't about to let that happen, and after a fierce battle, the Yellow Robe Demon is defeated and sent back to the celestial realm in disgrace. The Yellow Robe Demon's strength is his celestial background and his ambition, but his arrogance and underestimation of the journey's protectors lead to his defeat. Princess Iron Fan is the wife of the Bull Demon King and mother of Red Boy. She's not just a bystander, she wields the magical banana leaf fan, capable of creating powerful winds, making her a significant figure in the story. She's strong-willed, fierce, and deeply loyal to her family. Princess Iron Fan is a force to be reckoned with, and she doesn't easily forgive those who cross her. Her relationship with Sun Wukong is particularly strained due to past conflicts. Her most significant moment is her confrontation with Sun Wukong when he tries to borrow her banana leaf fan to extinguish the fiery mountains. The battle is intense, but Wukong eventually wins her over after a few tricks and a lot of persistence, highlighting her complex character as both a powerful adversary and a devoted mother. Princess Iron Fan's strength is her powerful fan and her determination. However, her deep-seated grudges can blind her to reason, making her vulnerable to Sun Wukong's cunning. The six-eared macaque is a doppelganger of Sun Wukong, with powers and abilities that mirror the Monkey King's almost exactly. This tricky character causes chaos by impersonating Wukong, leading to one of the most confusing and intense showdowns in the entire journey. He's cunning, deceptive, and opportunistic, taking advantage of his identical appearance to Sun Wukong to sow discord among the group. The six-eared macaque is a master of disguise, but his motivations are less about evil and more about mischief and proving his own strength. The six-eared macaque's most notable act is his impersonation of Sun Wukong, which confuses even the wisest of deities. It takes the intervention of the Buddha himself to finally expose the doppelganger and restore order, showing just how skilled he was at deception. His strength lies in his near-perfect imitation of Sun Wukong, making him a formidable opponent. However, his desire to prove himself superior ultimately leads to his downfall as it attracts the attention of those capable of seeing through his tricks. The Scorpion Demoness is a formidable and seductive demoness who sets her sights on Tang SANZANG, attempting to lure him away from his sacred mission. She's one of the more dangerous and cunning female antagonists in the journey. She's seductive, cunning, and ruthless, using her charm and deadly poison to get what she wants. The Scorpion Demoness is confident in her abilities, believing she can easily outwit Tang SANZANG and his disciples. Her most notable moment is when she captures Tang SANZANG and tries to seduce him, believing her beauty and allure are enough to sway the virtuous monk. However, Sun Wukong and the others quickly intervene, leading to a deadly battle where the scorpion demoness's true nature is revealed. Her strength lies in her seductive powers and deadly stinger, but her overconfidence and underestimation of Tang Sanzang's resolve and his disciples' loyalty lead to her downfall. The great king of numinous power is a demon who terrorizes the villagers near the heaven-reaching river, demanding sacrifices and generally making life miserable for everyone. He's another formidable foe that Tang Sanzang and his disciples must overcome on their journey. He's tyrannical, arrogant, and enjoys using his power to oppress those weaker than him. The great king of numinous power is all about control, and he doesn't take kindly to anyone challenging his authority. His most notable act is capturing Tang Sanzang and demanding a hefty ransom for his release. However, as usual, Sun Wukong and the crew aren't having any of it. The battle that ensues is intense, but the great king is eventually defeated, restoring peace to the region. His strength is his command over the river and his ability to instill fear, but his over-reliance on intimidation and brute force leaves him vulnerable to Sun Wukong's cunning strategies. The Yellow Wind Demon and the Great King of Numinous Power both rely heavily on their control over natural elements to instill fear and assert dominance. The Yellow Wind Demon, with his powerful wind magic, is another fierce opponent who aims to capture Tang Sanzang and gain immortality. Like the Great King of Numinous Power, the Yellow Wind Demon is aggressive, impatient, and overly confident in his abilities. He believes that his control over wind makes him unbeatable, but his reliance on this one power is his Achilles heel. The Yellow Wind Demon captures Tang Sanzang and unleashes a deadly windstorm to keep Sun Wukong at bay. But after a fierce struggle and some divine intervention from Lingji Bodhisattva, the Yellow Wind Demon is subdued, proving that even the strongest wind can be calmed. His strength lies in his wind powers, formidable enough to challenge even Sun Wukong. However, like the Great King of Numinous Power, his reliance on his elemental abilities and underestimation of his opponent's resourcefulness lead to his defeat. ERLANG is a powerful warrior deity known for his unmatched strength and his third eye, which gives him extraordinary perception. He's a key ally in the journey, often stepping in to assist Sun Wukong and the others when things get too tough. ERLANG is brave, noble, and always ready for a fight. He's confident in his abilities, but not arrogant, and he respects Sun Wukong despite their past conflicts. His sense of justice is strong, and he's quick to come to the aid of those in need. ERLANG's most famous moment is his battle against Sun Wukong, where the two titans clash in an epic duel that ends in a draw, showcasing their mutual respect and strength. Later, ERLANG aids Wukong in several battles against demons, proving himself to be a crucial ally. His strength is his divine power and his third eye, which allows him to see through any disguise or deception. He doesn't have many weaknesses, but his strong sense of justice sometimes puts him at odds with those who don't share his values. NEZHA is a youthful deity known for his incredible martial prowess and his rebellious spirit. Despite his young age, he's a force to be reckoned with and a key figure in Chinese mythology, often assisting the protagonists in their battles against powerful demons. NEZHA is fiery, determined, and fearless, with a strong sense of right and wrong. He's quick to jump into battle and doesn't back down easily. His youthful exuberance sometimes leads him into trouble, but his heart is always in the right place. NEZHA's most notable contribution is his aid in battles against some of the journey's toughest enemies, where his speed and agility make him a formidable opponent. His most famous moment is his defeat of the Dragon King's son, showcasing his incredible skill and bravery. NEZHA's strength lies in his martial skills and his indomitable spirit. His weakness, if any, is his youthful impulsiveness, which sometimes leads him into fights he could have avoided. ZHENYUAN DAXIAN is a powerful immortal who initially clashes with the protagonists, but eventually becomes a valuable ally. As a master of the art of immortality and a guardian of the ginseng fruit tree, he represents the balance between nature and spiritual wisdom. ZHENYUAN DAXIAN is wise, calm, and deeply connected to nature. He's one of the most respected immortals, known for his vast knowledge and understanding of the universe. Despite his power, he is humble and values harmony above all. His most notable moment is when he forgives Sun Wukong and the others for their earlier transgressions after a misunderstanding involving the sacred ginseng fruit. This act of forgiveness and his subsequent assistance highlight his deep wisdom and magnanimity. ZHENYUAN DAXIAN's strength is his mastery over life and nature, making him one of the most powerful beings in the story. His only weakness might be his initial reluctance to forgive, but even this is quickly overcome by his understanding and compassion.